So I was looking for a Christmas gift for someone, and I thought it would be cool to find them a cricket cushion cover. I wanted something with fielding positions on it, and the Google search led me to this. It took me a while to even understand what the hell I was looking at. It kind of looks like a cricket ground if it was wrapped in a straight jacket. Like, I understand it's AI, but someone looked at this before posting it, right? But to be honest, I don't really know how Temu works, other than the fact that people say it has dodgy stuff. But I assumed it was like bad material or something, not a cricket field. And this is not even the worst cushion I found. I mean, what the hell is this? Is it a killer duck that has headbutted the stumps? The only thing I can make sense of here from a cricketing point of view is this duck pulling a WG Grace? Is the duck the batter? And the duck is saying, I can't be out. They've come to watch me play. But what I really love about this duck is he is an absolute badass. Because if you think about it, you're essentially saying that you've made no runs here. That is what a duck represents in cricket. So usually they're quite sad. This guy is ferocious. This is the kind of duck that would avenge your low score. But it is also not the only duck-related cricket cushion that I found. Look at this beauty. It's hard to get this guy out because he has a double-ended bat where he can play full or short balls without changing position. He's also wearing sunglasses in homage to Dean Jones, the first player to make them popular in international cricket. But you can imagine, once I saw this guy, I was hooked. And I had to see exactly what Temu was selling when it came to cricket.
As a cricket journalist, I would travel sometimes up to 200 days a year. I loved watching cricket games. I loved going to new countries. It was an absolute dream. But there was one thing I hated more than anything else about it, and it was this little pin. The thing that I need to change my SIM card in every new country. The absolute worst thing about this pin and SIM cards is when I was traveling to the West Indies, of having to arrive in every new island or country and having to work out if I could still find this pin and then line up and get my SIM card in every single airport. Well, now we have the answer thanks to Sally. They can make it so you never have to worry about this nonsense ever again. They use an eSIM app that once you install once, it is easy, simple, and cheap. Oh, and it works in more than 160 countries. And you can throw these pins away forever because now you just need to download the Sally app before your trip. And if you do it with our code, Good Areas, you get an exclusive 15% discount on Sally eSIM data plans. So before your next holiday or work trip or any time you have to travel to another country, download the Sally app and use the code Good Areas, or one word, at checkout, and you can travel like a pro with Sally.
How about we start with some t-shirts? If you said cricket and wings, I'm in. I've been thinking about this for days. Like, have I missed out on something? Is cricket and wings a thing? And I've somehow not been able to be involved with it? I mean, do the wings taste better when you're watching cricket? I can't even think of that many times I've ever been in a cricket ground and seen wings as an option. Now, of course, there are a whole host of weird phrased cricket shirts on the internet, like many about how I'd rather be playing cricket or that kind of thing. But I've never seen the wings variety of this before. And I am assuming that this is the wings you eat. Perhaps it is actual wings for flying, because that would make boundary line fielding so much easier. This is a pig playing in one of those cricket championships that we're always talking about. I'm going to be honest, he does not feel like a cricket playing pig to me. In fact, if anything, he kind of looks like an angry version of that character from the movie Sing, the German guy. Either way, there's a lot going on here, because I'm not sure that looks like a real cricket bat either. But for all I know, this could be a new T20 league, and I just don't know about it. So I'm all in on the Premier Pig Cricket League. Finally, this one is simple, and I completely got it the first time I had a look at it. The Big Bash. We all know it, and we love it. It is one of our favorite leagues at this time of year, except for all the others. But the thing that has always separated the Big Bash from the other leagues for me is the intrigue. I mean, the Georgie Pie Super Smash never had enough looking glasses involved with it. Oh, wait a minute, maybe that's not a looking glass. That might actually be a giant cricket ball with a teeny tiny handle on the end. The Big Bash marketing department. They've done it again. We all love batters, right? And who doesn't love a batter who hits the ball so damn hard that it turns into two balls? That's what we're talking about here. I wish I could give you some fun fact about cricket history where this happened, but I believe that this very authentic photograph is the first time that has ever happened. So I'm glad that someone managed to capture it and put it on a sweatshirt. And I'm going to be honest, this next thing is probably the best thing I found on Temu. Because what I need, what I've always needed, what I have desired, and what I have always desired is Zimbabwean cricket socks. So here they are, in all their glory. We have a batter, a ball, and the Zimbabwean colours. But sadly, I'm not sure this is a design that I truly love. If only they had another pair of they do have another pair of Zimbabwean cricket socks. And these are very pretty indeed. And you may be thinking, why would you need 2 pairs of Zimbabwean cricket socks? And I understand your thought process here. But ponder this. If you're a fan of the country of Zimbabwe and the cricket team of Zimbabwe, and you yourself needed socks, right? Imagine after all of this searching and never finding Zimbabwean cricket socks anywhere, you only found 1 pair. You'd be happy, but also, is this it? Now you have 2 options. You can have a Monday sock and a Tuesday sock and still be supporting your favorite cricket team. I don't know if socks are like a strong personal brand though. And I think that the best way to have a brand, if you're not going to have it on your t-shirt, is probably something on a hat, right? And it needs to suggest not just your love of cricket, but also like your personal mantra. A Kool-Aidian thought process that means that morally you cannot lose. Will I risk it all for a win? Will I reverse sweep the hell out of anything that comes my way in life? And can I ignore the World Test Championship of life because of how confusing it is? Well, in this hat, you know it can. And look at the time and the effort that went into this design. I'm shocked that I'm not seeing these on the streets already. Cricket is a summer sport, but it doesn't mean that these places don't have any winters. Hobart and Wellington and Dharamshala and all of England. Sometimes you just need a blanket. And I've always thought the best blanket is one with a ginormous cricket ball on it, with kind of random bits of wood behind it that kind of look like cricket stuff, but you're not 100% sure that's what they are. Imagine how warm and cozy you would be under this thing. But when you're in your house and you're warm and cozy with your baseball cap on and your Zimbabwean cricket socks on, what else do you need? Well, you need something on the wall. And as I am always saying on this channel, and to friends and family, and just to people as I walk by them on the street, cricket is the food of our soul. So I'm so happy that you can now own this famous cricket saying and display it everywhere you go. I think we could turn these into like Hallmark cards. Cricket, the spice in the recipe of our journey. Cricket, the batter that binds our hearts. Cricket, a feast for humanity seasoned with passion. Cricket, the hot brew that warms our spirits. Cricket, the sweet melody of life's taste and tangled heart. Inspirational sayings are great, but sometimes you just want your heroes on the wall. So I've been thinking about this for some time. Like I've been thinking about how I could put together some kind of a metal plate for my wall that has the USA's Aaron Jones celebrating his 94 not out in the opening game of the World Cup where he destroyed Canada. And I was trying to think of how I would put it together, but luckily Temu have me covered. Here is Aaron Jones. Here is his 94 not out. It's in metal. Ha! Everything I've ever wanted. Not everyone likes to have like metal on the wall though, do they? Some people like wood. It's rich texture. And look at this thing that is, I don't know what this one is actually. It kind of looks like someone has seen cricket and like, I don't know, maybe the AI had a bad day here. My favorite bit of this might be that next to the cricket bat, you've got this long handled ball, which means that AI has accidentally invented what we've had in cricket for years, which is a bat knocker in with a ball on a stick. But this is a baseball. We've invented the bat knocker in, but for a different sport. Good work, AI. But when you look at all this together, is AI think that this is some sort of semi-erotic cricket kit? Or are these very fashionable torture devices? And honestly, I think if we asked AI to come up with the ideal T20 league, I think they'd probably come up with a bondage league. And of course, now we've put this beautiful home together with all your blankets and your knickknacks on the wall and everything else. Don't you just want to play a little bit of Cricket 19, your favorite cricket game? But you don't just want to play it, do you? You want to live Cricket 19. You want to have a canvas on the wall of the Cricket 19 game. I can think of nothing better. But in this incredible cricket home that Temu has allowed you to have, someone's still got to cook, right? And when I whip something up, I like to do it with a simple black elegant apron that just very subtly says New Zealand cricket across the front. I personally feel like it adds to the meal. But I dare you to cook anything other than lamb with this on. I double dare you. And then we have this, a homage to the French cricket team who lost their gold medal showdown more than 100 years ago. But that is in part because they all turned up in football gear with a golf hat on and no pads. Good on them for trying, but now we understand why they did not win that gold medal. It actually wasn't a gold medal, by the way, but anyway. And finally, we have this, which, if I am being honest, I would totally buy. Because it is cricket rules in Chinese. Now, if you were saying to yourself, wait a minute, why would you buy cricket rules in Chinese? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is Chinese is not a language, and cricket does not have rules, only laws. And so in buying the Chinese cricket rules, I am doubling down on two things that do not exist. The thing is that of all the things I saw on Temu, this might actually be the most legit cricket item that I found. And yet, because of the way that it's put together, it's still wildly odd. And I don't need Chinese cricket rules, so the book would be completely wasted on me. But if they did this book in a sock or an apron, then I am all in. Have a very merry Crickmas. It took God and the demon to build international cricket, but don't tell Johnny Best that. 1882, Australia had played one test in England against the god W.G. Grace, and they sucked. So they were playing him again, and it was a tough wicket. But England was in front, so Australia was desperate for a third innings lead. At number 8 was young all-rounder Sammy Jones. After a routine single, he walks down to do some gardening on the pitch. Grace whips off the bails and appeals. The ball wasn't dead, Jones was run out. The Australians were furious. In fact, some of the English players were also furious. But what Grace said went, and the umpires had already given it. Next in was Fred Spofford. He was known as the Demon fast bowler. He was furious, and he let England know exactly what was coming next, which was maiden. There's 12 maidens. I can't count them all. England only needed 85 to win. W.G. Grace made 32. England only 77. That was the test where the Ashes began. Buy my book, Overthrowing Cricket's Empire, on Amazon today.